Welcome, spring, to New England, and greetings from Wooster Square Park. I'm not going to tell you what part of New England we are in yet, but I'll give you a hint. It could be 5 different states. That's the total that makes up the New England region of the United States. It is a cherry blossom festival. Let's move on over. Back to the poster. Cherry blossom celebration in Wooster Square. That is New Haven, Connecticut. And now let's do a walk through Wooster Square, celebrating springtime in the Nutmeg State. And the spray painted cherry blossoms greet us at the entrance, as well as blooming flowers, as that is the reason for the celebration and honoring of Japanese culture. This is, again, Wooster Square Park. And now a map. This is the region area of New Haven. Very easy to get to from Union Station. We'll talk about that in just a second. Wanted to give you some of the info. This is Sunday, April 24th, and it looks like peak bloom happened for Easter Sunday, but this event runs until 4:30 p.m. Now, how does one get to Wooster Square Park without a car? And that's how this was achieved today. And that's through Metro North trains from 42nd Street in New York City. It brings you directly to New Haven, Connecticut. And I was able to walk over to, I love the name, Wooster Square Park in less than 15 minutes. And when I did get here, I saw peak bloom had already happened. But I previewed the area, and knowing that there are different types of cherry blossoms, I found the ones that are still in bloom. So although it looks like the main event has already happened, blooming is still taking place, and we'll finish off there. But first I want to show you a little bit of Wooster Square Park. That is the Wooster Square Association, and there was a band just performing salsa music. They had about a crowd of about 100 people, maybe about 25 that were dancing. This is the cherry blossom food truck area, and it reminded me of previous events that I had attended in Connecticut, like Riverfest in the capital city of Hartford, where they have food trucks lining the river. There's a historical church here if you're visiting when it is not cherry blossom season. The cherry blossoms line the entrance of the park at every different location. But now, where are the cherry blossoms of New Haven, Connecticut? Actually, they're on the entranceway to the park, and you'll see everyone here grabbing their beautiful springtime photograph. And that's probably more important here in New Haven, Connecticut than it would be in Washington, D.C. And I'll explain why in just a second. But first, the blossoms. It's more important because it can still snow in Connecticut and throughout New England during the springtime season. So when this actually does happen for them, it's pretty important. Now on to why are we stopping at the daffodils? That's also a celebration of Connecticut, and that'll be taking place next week in Meridian for the entire weekend. They have a daffodil festival. As well in the autumn, they have a chrysanthemum festival, known as, Connecticut, also known as the Constitution State. You can see it on the license plate right there. And now on to this beautiful walkway. Now this reminds me of, give you a second to think about it, it's not a New England state. Center City, Philadelphia. It reminds me of the walkway into Rittenhouse Square Park, as well as some of the agriculture on the walkway. And Philadelphia has a wonderful cherry blossom festival in Fairmount Park. Check this out. She definitely knows it's cherry blossom season. Look at that outfit. Beautiful. Doing a photo shoot under the blossoms. Beautiful. Now we have a man wearing a cherry blossom collar. Look, the cherry blossoms on the sidewalk. Men's fashions in a cherry blossom tone.
Just like a little bit. But more natural.
And now, on to these are some more blossoms as we approach. These are the blossoms that I speak of, and at the end of the block, you'll see them. They are the Kwanzan. And as we approach, I'll tell you a little bit about these beautiful flowers that look like carnations. They open like a rose color. And then as they continue to open, they look like a snowball cupcake that you just want to eat. And although the flowers in New Haven's Wooster Square have already had peak bloom, these will bloom in the first weekend of May, around Mother's Day, which makes for a great tale because I gave my mother one of these Kwanzan Japanese cherry blossom trees as a Mother's Day present. And every year it bloomed for her on Mother's Day. Thinking of you, Mom. Mom and I spent some great times here in Connecticut. It's always a pleasure to be back in New England. And that is a preview of walking the Wooster Square historical area in New England of New Haven, Connecticut. Till next time, welcome spring.